Welcome back, Brush Monkeys. This week we are painting this undead pirate captain. His name's Captain Rezig from Reaper Miniatures. This one's actually a metal figure, but you can see he's got a lot of great detail on him. That pirate coat and the peg leg and the bones sticking out from holes in the fabric and everything. That looks really fantastic. So he's going to be a lot of fun to paint. The bone is going to be wraith bone with skeleton horde painted over it, or rather pallid bone painted over it. Little Xandri dust on the teeth there. The hair is going to be nightmare black. The coat is going to be let me see what I got here. Check my notes. The hat and the coat are going to be Black Templar. The sash and the feathers are going to be Flesh Tearers red. The pants are Leviathan blue. The boot is snakebite leather. The peg leg, crutch, and the base. You can see I've done the base in kind of a ship's deck sort of look to it. They're going to be done with I put wildwood on my notes, but it's probably going to be a combination of wildwood and hardened leather, or wildwood and darkwood. The darkwood is the Army Painter Speed Paints version of wildwood, and they're slightly different colors, kind of like the hardened leather and snakebite leather, which we'll be using on his boot there. I'm going to be using hardened leather on the cuff and snakebite on the rest of it, so that it comes out two different colors of brown. I've also got some bronze for his sword hilt there. It's actually going to be, I'm going to be using this Army Painter Evil Chrome, which is a really nice smooth sort of bronze brass color. But it comes out looking really nice, and it'll look good with the Nihilic Oxide over the top of it too. I may use that for the badge on his hat and the buttons on his coat too. So yeah, I'm expecting this guy to be a lot of fun to paint. I'm going to go ahead and pause here and go get started on him. All right, see you soon. Bye. Alright, I made some progress on our boy here, and he's looking pretty good already. Got the bone done. And like I said, that's just the wraith bone with the skeleton horde wash over it. Bring out all that little definition in there. Shade wash it a little. He's looking really good. Got the teeth painted with the Xandri dust. Kind of help them stand out from the regular rest of the bone. Got his hair done, with the exception of this little ponytail he's got hanging here, because it looks like it's going to be, it looks like it's all bound up, so it's going to be mostly snakebite leather. Same probably with the top of his cane here. But yeah, it's off to a good start. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here and do the hat and coat next. And then we'll, well, actually I'll probably do the pants next. Do the pants next, and then we'll come back and see how he looks. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, I'm back, and as you can see, I've done the pants and the hat and coat. I did not do the cuffs on the coat. I decided that the red on the sash and feather weren't going to be quite enough, so I'm going to do the red on the, do that Flesh Tearers red on the cuffs as well. And while the Evil Chrome is going to look great on the sword hilt, I didn't think it was going to look all that great on the buttons and whatnot, so I went ahead and got Greedy Gold, which is kind of a darkened, almost tarnished gold, which I think will look really good on the fringe on his hat, the buttons, along the coat and the cuffs and all that kind of thing, because on his pockets. Oh, that looks really good. And then the pants, the Leviathan blue, came out a lot darker than I meant it to, so I took a little bit of this deep blue from Army Painter and highlighted those folds a little bit so that they'd pop out a little bit more and stand out from the coat a little bit more. So overall, I'm pretty happy with how this guy's turning out. I think he looks really good so far. So I'm going to go ahead and do the reds next, and then we'll go from there. So I'll see you soon. Bye. Alright, got the reds done on our guy. And you see I really like the cuffs on standing out along with the sash and the feather. I think that looks a lot better like that. I think it's going to look really nice. I'm going to go ahead and do the gold trim on his hat and the buttons and everything. As you can see, I also did like the top of his crutch and his pistol in Wraithbone. Part of his pistol, the barrel of his pistol, is going to be done in steel, blackened steel. The handle of that pistol is going to be wildwood as well, or dark wood, one of the two. So I wanted to get that based. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and go in and do all those golds, and then haven't quite decided if that looks like gold ornamentation on his boots or not. It's kind of weird little lumps. Yeah, maybe I'll do his boot first, and then, because he's only got 2 leather things. So, all right, I'm going to go do his boots, and then I'll do his golds. So, see you in a bit. Bye. All right, I got his leather boot done, and it's still wet. I'm going to let it dry for a little bit, but I'll probably go do the golds while it's drying. As you can see, I did the snakebite leather on the boot itself, and then the hardened leather, that kind of reddish leather, on the upper part of it. And I think that looks pretty spiff. So I'm going to go do the snakebite leather on that crutch too. And then we will go on and do the golds and see how those look, and then we'll go from there. See you soon. Bye. All right, more progress made. I got the golds done on them, and I toned them down with a little bit of Reichland Flesh Shade that is still drying. It's just going to have to be a minute for that to dry, and that's going to dull it down a little bit and give a little more definition to things like the fringe on his sash here and on his hat. It also kind of reddened up the evil chrome that I used on the sword hilt and his badge up here. I kind of dig that. I think I'm going to leave that the way it is. Although both of those, because they're meant to be kind of brass or bronze, are going to get a little bit of nihilach oxide on them. First, I'm going to do the woods on this guy, though. It's going to be the peg leg and the crutch in wildwood, and the planks on the base and the pistol grip probably in hardened, or not hardened wood, dark wood. And then we'll go from there. Yeah. So I'm going to go do that, and then we'll come back and see how it looks. All right. He's looking pretty good so far. Bye. All right. The wood planks are painted. The wooden parts of the crutch and peg leg and the gun are painted. I painted the barrel steel. I've still got a little bit of work to do on that, along with the blade of the sword. Put the nihilach oxide on the hilt and kind of rubbed it off with, I used this little tiny Q-tip looking thing here that just kind of rubbed off the excess nihilach oxide, and let that really tarnished looking but still nautical looking hilt to it, which I really like. You can tell it's brass, but you can also tell it's like really old tarnished brass. It's probably been underwater for a while. So I like how that looks. I'm going to go over the sword and the barrel of the gun, what I can see of it, with this stuff called Dry Rust, Vallejo Game Effects. This is essentially the Vallejo version of Typhus Corrosion from Games Workshop. I like this stuff for getting into little areas like that, or areas that should be smooth and not really heavily corroded. Well, not really smooth, but not overgrown with corruption. This has it's the same kind of thing where it's kind of a brownish green paint with pumice in it. and it leaves a texture on the surface that you're painting. The difference between this and the typhus corrosion is this has a little thinner pumice and less of it, so it doesn't leave quite as much corrosion. If I'm wanting to do different levels of corrosion, I would use this for like the really thin stuff, and then put on the typhus corrosion over the top of that for really heavy corrosion. And I might do that on his sword here. Just put on some little heavier corrosion before I dry brush it with the Rezig Rust and really make it look rusty and nasty. So I'm going to go ahead and go do that, and then we'll come back and see how it looks. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, so the rust effect on this blade turned out really well. I really like how that looks. So what I did was I used the Vallejo game effects on the back, all over the sword, okay? And then I went back and put typhus corrosion along the edge of the sword, thinking the edge is going to get more attention, it's going to get more wear and tear, it's going to be a little more worn and rusty. And that's about where it left it. The Rezig Rust, the orange dry brush went on over that. Looks like it took a little bit more on the edge, on the forward edge of the blade. And I got just a little bit on the gun, metal parts of the gun there. So he's looking pretty spiff. So yeah, I'm really liking how this guy's turning out. He looks really good. The only thing left to do is the base band now, because his base was already done as part of the wood step. And that's just going to be a plain black, matte black. Excuse me, layer on matte black on the base band. So yeah, for all intents and purposes, this guy's done. Next time you see him, he'll be completely finished. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is our finished Captain Rezig, undead pirate captain. And I think he turned out really nice. I really like that Black Templar on his coat. I thought that was gonna come out a lot darker than it did, but it's got a nice kind of greenish gray to it. So I think it turned out really well. I'm pretty happy with him. So next week is our 300th episode. As of this recording, I don't know what I'm going to do for it. So, kind of up in the air. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. Hey brush monkeys, Tom here. If you like what you see, click like down below. I think it's over on that side. If you want to be notified when new videos come out, click subscribe. New videos post mostly on Fridays. The regularly scheduled ones post on Fridays, but you know, if something comes up, I'll post something anytime. So go check that out. Click like, click subscribe. Both of those help with my YouTube numbers. If you want to rock some of the Fly Monkey merch, like a t-shirt, long sleeve t-shirt, sweatshirt, hoodies, masks, whatever, go check out our merch store at storefrontier.com/FlyMonkeyStudios. If you want to support me in other ways, there's my Amazon wish list. Feel free to check that out. Check out our Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook accounts. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.